Jonas stared at the screen in front of him, the glowing cursor blinking like a tiny metronome counting down the moments of his life. He had been writing code for hours, days, weeks it seemed. Every line felt the same as the last, a monotonous echo of loops, conditions, and variables. There was no end in sight, no grand payoff, just the endless grind of fixing bugs, refining futures, and testing, again and again. He rubbed his eyes dry from staring at the monitor and glanced at the clock. 3:27 a.m. The time of night when the world feels like it's given up, when everything outside his small apartment was dead quiet. No cars, no voices, no life. Just the hum of his computer and the occasional creak of the old building settling. Jonas had always been a dreamer, a believer in the power of creation. He had taken up coding with the hope that he could build something meaningful, something that would change the world, or at least his corner of it. But now, every keystroke felt like a drop in an endless ocean. Each completed function led to another problem to solve. Each bug fix uncovered more bugs. The vision of his project, once vivid and inspiring, had faded into a grey mist of tasks and to-do lists. His hand hovered over the keyboard. He thought about quitting. What difference would it make if he stopped now? There were thousands, millions of people like him out there, all with similar skills, all working on their own projects. Who would even notice if he gave up? Who would care? He leaned back in his chair, the squeak of the worn-out cushion filling the silence. His eyes drifted to the window, where the first hint of dawn was starting to edge out the darkness. The sky was a deep, inky blue, with a few stars still clinging to their places, faint but stubborn. They reminded him of something his grandfather used to say. "The stars are always there, even when you can't see them. They just keep burning, night after night, waiting for their time to shine." He sighed, feeling the weight of his exhaustion, but there was something in those words, a quiet resolve that resonated with him now, in this moment of doubt. The stars didn't ask for attention. They didn't burn brighter just to be noticed. They simply existed, preserving in the vastness of space, content in their role, no matter how small. Jonas thought about the line of code he had just written, the hundreds before it, and the thousands yet to come. They were his stars, small, seemingly insignificant on their own, but part of a larger constellation that only he could see. His project might not change the world, but it was his world, his creation, and he owed it to himself to see it through. He took a deep breath and placed his hands back on the keyboard. The weariness was still there, the doubt too, but they had become background noise, like the hum of his computer, ever present but no longer defining. The cursor blinked at him, waiting. Jonas began to type again, not with the feverish pace of inspiration, but with the steady rhythm of persistence. Each keystroke was a step forward, each line of code a small star added to his sky. He wasn't chasing brilliance or recognition anymore. He was simply moving forward, one star at a time, through the darkness. And as the dawn lightened the sky, he realized that was enough.